An Aboriginal's First Call, Penny Tweedy, Australia, 1975. Sylvester Stallone directing John Travolta behind the scenes of Staying Alive, 1983. (1939). Crowds marched through the streets of Dublin to commemorate the Easter Rising, the armed uprising of Irish nationalists against British rule in Ireland. Elvis Presley. Marcello Mastroianni, Federico Fellini and Anita Ekberg, 1960. Bulgarian Wedding, 1893. Ernest Frederick Ernie Morrison was the first black child movie star, 1920s. Manchester and Cardiff fans argue over which team plays better football. Great Britain, 1970. Salma Hayek eating taquitos, 1995. A boy and a girl sharing a drink with 2 straws from a single bottle. The photograph was taken at the White House Easter egg roll in Washington, D.C., April 17, 1922. Harrison Ford and Peter Mayhew on the set of Star Wars. This photograph is called Manhole View and was taken by German photographer Kurt Hutton in 1940s. All personal belongings of the Indian politician and philosopher Mahatma Gandhi. Liv Tyler's 16th birthday party, June 30th, 1993. Occupational Health and Safety Director Clifford Roberts serves as a model during a fire safety training course for employees at Maguire Hospital, United States, 1965. Brad Pitt, 1999. Better pay in the IRA, children dressing up as provisional Irish Republican Army members in Derry, Northern Ireland, mid-1970s. A napalm strike erupts in a fireball near United States troops on patrol in South Vietnam in 1966. A woman sitting with a cup of tea on the ruins of her home after a heavy bombing of London 1940. A group of children playing outside. One child is inside a large tyre while another is pushing it. USSR. Linda Carter as Miss World USA 1972. Spectators react to the explosion of the Space Shuttle Challenger 73 seconds after liftoff, January 28, 1986. Old hippies burn psychedelic posters and other knickknacks to delineate the end of the hippie era. They now wish to be called Free Americans 1967. Michael Jackson at Toys R Us in Taipei, 1993. Matador School Spain, Nistine 36. Hillary Clinton in Novosibirsk, 1997. In the 1970s, Qantas Boeing 747s featured a unique amenity, a shaver bar. A French woman riding an ostrich on the outskirts of Paris, 1910. Christopher Atkins with Brooke Shields when they were filming The Blue Lagoon, 1980. The girl apparently has a Pert syndrome. The photograph was taken in the 1870s, but the disease wasn't first described until 1906. Wheelchair for people with disabilities, 1915. Matahari, 1910s. Robert Wadlow, one of the tallest people in history, 1939. Model with Soviet women during a Dior fashion show in Moscow, USSR, 1959. A triple-decker bus in Berlin, Germany, 1926. Russell Crowe in an acting portfolio photoshoot, 1981. (1970) Irish women hand out food at a civil rights march in the Falls Road area of Belfast. Elvis Presley and Sophia Loren, 1958. The giant Edouard Beaupré. Edouard Beaupré was not only incredibly tall, almost 2.5 meters, but also an extraordinary strongman. He was a regular participant in wrestling stunts, lifting a live horse on his shoulders. Russia's first president leaves the Kremlin, December 30th, 1999. Dresden, Germany. Chess on a Scorching Summer Day, Moscow 1976. Halloween costume, 19th century. On 27 October 1962, during the Cuban Missile Crisis, Soviet Navy Vice Admiral Vasily Arkhipov refused to agree to fire a nuclear torpedo at a United States Navy warship, avoiding certain nuclear warfare between the two superpowers. The horrific Los Rodeos airport plane crash of 1977. Basketball coach Alexander Gomelsky and his protégé Vladimir Tkachenko, 1976. Lieutenant Alexander Vresiu of Fighting Squadron 6 sits in his F-6F Hellcat gadget aboard USS Intrepid February 1944, with 9 victory markings below his cockpit. Steven Spielberg and John Matusak as Sloth behind the scenes of The Goonies, 1985. Shakira, 1991. Kaisersberg, France, 1944, and now. Jack Nicholson, Dennis Hopper and Michelle Phillips, 1970. A Man in a Scary Mask on a Beach, California, 1968. Young Julia Roberts. (1936) Woman proud of her Harley. Icelandic circus performer and actor Johan Peterson, 1930s. Kate Moss, 90s. Princess Diana and her son Harry in 1987. Paris Exhibition of 1937. Volcanologist Arpad Kerner and his assistant in protective suits near the crater of the Stromboli volcano, 1933, Italy. Madonna, 1984. Flying low over the jungle, an A-1 Skyraider drops 500-pound bombs on a Viet Cong position below as smoke rises from a previous pass at the target on December 26, 1964. Walt Disney reading to his grandson. Army priest in a camouflage cassock, Vietnam, 1968. John recording Tomorrow Never Knows for Revolver, 1965. In The Seventh Seal, 1957, the scene at the end where Death dances away with characters was shot using some technicians and a few tourists as stand-ins, as the actors had gone home for the day. A priest reads prayers over the bodies of Titanic victims, 1912. President Kennedy claps to keep time as his children Carolyn and John Jr. dance in the Oval Office in October of 1962. Warren G. Harding playing the tuba after being selected as Republican nominee, 1920. "18-year-old Cassius Clay Muhammad Ali wins Olympic gold for light heavyweight boxing in 1960. Leslie Nielsen and Reggie Jackson on the set of The Naked Gun in 1988. Gymnastics display by members of 2nd Royal Battalion, Ludhiana Sikhs, 11th Sikh Regiment, Waziristan, 1936. Can-Can dancers greet 3,000 soldiers returning from the Korean War, United States, Seattle, May 15, 1954. A woman dives into the water. A soldier uses a slave as a seat, United States, 1862. Davidson Wattler poses on a Harley-Davidson motorcycle in 1907. Photographic postcard of an actor named Edward Garrett, who is in character as the Little Stranger. The postcard, dating from the early 1900s, depicts Garrett as a child wearing a monocle and holding a cigarette. Wheel gymnastics on the beach, 1930s. Hillary Clinton, who still goes by her maiden name Rodham, during her time at Maine South High School, 1965. President Ford shows off his Pele skills. X-ray shoe fitting machine. Sigmund Freud poses during the making of his own bust by sculptor Oskar Nemov. Vienna, First Austrian Republic, 1931. Baton Blitz electric sports car, 1990s. Strength training for girls, side plank, United States, late 1940s. Leonardo DiCaprio and his father, 1990s. Actress Maggie Della Riva bravely identifies her rapists. Quezon City, 1967. At the Bell Market, Nizhny Novgorod Fair, Russian Empire, 1902. The United States-educated First Lady of China tried to mediate between her husband, Chiang Kai-shek, and General Stilwell, sent by the United States in 1942 to help China against Japan. Bernard Shaw Surfer. Roman Polanski and Johnny Depp on the set of The Ninth Gate. A photograph titled Fred with Tires, taken by American photographer Herb Ritts in 1984. Lieutenant Commander Donald D. Shepard of Coronado, California, aims a flaming arrow at a bamboo hut concealing a fortified Viet Cong bunker on the banks of the Bassac River, Vietnam, on December 8, 1967. Scooters from 1935 in Miami. View of demonstrators seated in a circle on the grass as they clap along with a guitarist during an anti-Vietnam War protest. Washington, D.C. on May 9, 1970. Christmas card, Santa in a sleigh pulled by turkeys, 1909. Kiss Your Favourite Beatle poster from 16 magazine, 1965. Scottish Machine Gunners, 1940. First Lady Mamie Eisenhower disliked the Kennedys. Mamie did not inform Jacqueline of a wheelchair available for her during a White House tour. Kennedy remained composed during the tour, but collapsed once home. Elvis Presley worked as a truck driver before becoming the king of rock and roll. Lunch break, 1950s. Arthur Fields, a famous American singer and composer of the early 20th century, sitting in a miniature car. Athletes fall during a race at a New York cycling track. Fred with Tires, 1984. Special Event Fashion Train, 1983. Cat Sitting on a Boy's Hat, 1939. Kissing in Gas Masks, World War II, Great Britain, 1940. Michael Jackson with Robert De Niro on the set of Smooth Criminal, 1988. John Kennedy with his daughter Carolyn, 1958. The Ovitz Family, Israel, 1950. Rabbit Race on the Beach, California, 1935. Police photo of a girl arrested for her non-traditional orientation, United States, 1940. Eva Perón's last public appearance before her death, during a parade on the Avenida de Mayo in Buenos Aires, June 1952. The presidential state car, a Packard 12, is escorted by the San Martin Regiment of Grenadier Guards. Italian women were crucial to the World War II resistance and demonstrated immense courage and dedication, 1940s. Anita Wood and Elvis Presley. Zebra Prison Break, 1933. This shot was taken for the University of Nebraska. Frida Kahlo and Chavela Vargas, 1950. Crash of a Martin NBS-1 in United States, 1922. Michael J. Fox with fans behind the scenes of Back to the Future, 1985. A model of the moon made in 1898 by Julius Schmidt. The model took 4 years to complete and was based on Schmidt's detailed maps of the moon. It was exhibited at museum in Chicago. Princess Diana on her wedding day, July 29, 1981. Walt Disney as a Red Cross ambulance driver in France after World War I. C. 1919. Punks in London in the late 1970s.